Hello, my name is Kathy Crawford. Welcome to this HCG 5-minute forward presentation leading you toward compliance to Edition 8 of the SQF code. In this presentation, I will highlight some of the differences in Edition 8, specifically under management commitment, management review, and complaint management. Some of the differences are subtle and others are significant. Paying attention and responding to them is what leads towards excellence. So what's new in management commitment? Throughout the code, and especially in Module 2, the concept of organizational responsibility is replaced with site responsibility. Sometimes sites have relied too much on corporate for their SQF system. This changes that. So now, rather than owners, maybe far away, signing the policy statement, the local senior site management has to do this and also ensure that not just fundamentals or basics are in place, but all SQF requirements are in place. In other words, senior site management needs to be aware and involved, and the site needs to provide evidence of this involvement. Also new and within this same theme of site responsibility is that the practitioner needs to be an employee of the site, not necessarily a corporate employee, unless corporate happens to be located at that site. And consistent with that need for senior site management to be more involved, under 2126, it used to say that training needs have to be established by someone. Now it specifically says senior site management will obtain the resources and ensure that training is implemented as necessary. And then following that, under 2127, it adds a little more detail to the training expectations. In the past, it said staff has to be informed of their food safety responsibilities. Now it states that that also includes regulatory responsibilities if it applies to that person. There are two new clauses under Module 2, the first one being 21210, and this ensures that the SQF system is going to be stable despite changes in personnel. So a typical example of this would be loss of a practitioner. Ideally, senior site management should be prepared to step in as the backup practitioner. The second new clause only applies to unannounced audits. 21211 mandates that senior site management submits blackout dates to the certification body well in advance of the 60-day audit window for that unannounced audit. The next section, management review, has two significant changes. First, more detail needs to be included with the management review meetings. Specifically, include your HACCP or food safety plan and any repeat, open, or follow-up items from the last review. So this might include items such as open corrective actions or prior objectives for your food safety system and the status of those objectives. The second change, and this is significant, is the frequency. The requirement is now that there is a monthly meeting between the practitioner and senior site management. That's not to say that the entire system needs to be reviewed monthly, but there has to be some type of communication that's documented monthly. So collectively, throughout the year, the whole system has to be reviewed. And not all meetings have to be live meetings, but they do need to be documented. You could accomplish your goal in person with documented minutes or through emails, provided all the information is there. Keep in mind that the code clearly states now that there has to be evidence that the meeting occurs, so you want to see what the input to the meeting was, but there also has to be a response or an output showing commitment from management, specifically senior site management. And then there's a minor change in wording that emphasizes that any changes need to be reviewed, and the appropriate response to that is to adjust the system as needed. In the prior version of the code, it just said changes need to be reviewed. Finally, just a quick look at complaint management. Very little has changed in this area. First of all, it's now a mandatory element. A site can't say that this is a corporate function. Every site has some responsibility, and that needs to be defined, even if the majority of the work is done at corporate. Second, the system should include products made or handled at the site. So for example, this might include a seasoning packet that's included in a meal kit, even if that packet was not manufactured on site. If there are complaints about it, they should be able to be addressed within your system. Or it might include products that are made by another site owned by the same company. These also should fall into your complaint management system. So what can you do to move your SQF system ahead just a little bit? First, look for organization or corporate functions that are in your current program and redefine them, focusing on local needs and local roles. Remember, it has to be site specific. Second, start those monthly meetings. Consider using a form to be sure you address all 6 areas that are detailed under management review within the SQF code. Third, check your training material. Make sure it includes something about FDA or USDA and how those regulations impact certain jobs. Fourth, if this is your unannounced audit year, mark your calendar to make sure that senior site management will submit those blackout dates to the certification body on time. And finally, update your complaint procedure to include all products handled by the site, not just those products manufactured by the site. I hope that by implementing these recommendations, you'll be able to move your SQF system at least 5 minutes forward. If you need more assistance, please visit our webpage at haccpcg.com and explore our training and consulting services. Thank you.